folks, welcome back to the channel Curious Bike with Alan. Right, this channel is all about sharing on maintenance, modification, and cycling tips. So, what are we gonna talk about today? Right, we are gonna talk about saddles. Okay, today I hope I can share with you how probably you can measure your butt bone width. That's one. Two, how are you going to adjust your saddle height and the saddle, which is very crucial because this will prevent you from unnecessary pain or suffering, right, during your ride in cycling. Because in the past, when I started cycling, I realized after every ride, I take a few days, right, to recover because probably I have knee pain, back pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain. I'm not too sure if you know, but that's my experience. So today I'm going to share you based on my personal opinion, my experience. Hopefully, I share the right tips for you that you can improve or eliminate all this unnecessary pain. Okay. Okay, first of all, let me share with you what are the things that you need to measure a butt bone. I mean, I also see a lot of other channel or video to know or to find out how to measure mine. There are many methods, but this is probably one of the easy methods. So you need a kitchen towel, A4 size paper, measuring tape, marker, technically water lah, but my decreaser is so useful. I almost use for everything. Okay, so hopefully these are the things that you need. Okay, so after you place this, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna sit on it, right? And tiptoe, raise up your knee, just to make sure that you create a mark on the paper. Okay, it can take a while, but probably you will just take a 10-15 seconds. Okay, then you can lift up. Okay, so as you can see from the area that is mark the darkest, put a dot at the middle, right? And then what you do is you take a ruler, a measurement to measure uh, the distance. Okay, probably just now I sit a little bit crooked, but as you can see here, it's 13 cm or 130 mm. So folks, so once you get your butt bone width, right, as I demonstrated earlier, so what is the right size or right width of saddle that you're gonna get? Okay, you just plus 20 mm, right? You plus 20 mm, like for me, I'm 130. If I plus 20 mm minimally, my saddle width, I need to get 150. 150 or above also can. So a little bit more will give you a little bit more support. So if I get anything that is less, then probably when I gonna ride for some distance, maybe 30-40 km, I start to feel some uncomfortable or pain, on my butt, right? Because personally, right, probably you will not believe, saddle is very a subjective thing. One thing is every saddle you buy, the key is you can't test, right? You cannot mount, you can't test. And even you can test on your friend's bike, right? The moment you sit on it, it's comfortable, but that is not called test. That is just feel of the saddle. But you need the right distance, like 30-50 km. Then you will know whether the saddle fit you or not, or did you fit the saddle, right? So that's one of the tips that you should look out for when you get the ideal size saddle for you. If the ideal saddle that you're looking for doesn't have your size, then my strong recommendation is find something your size, because I've my last 2 years I probably have bought 10 or more, 10 or 11 or 12 saddle, right, to eventually got the ideal one for myself. Okay, and different saddle for different usage. So you see some saddle are like that, right? Some saddle are flat, and some saddle have the cutout, some saddle doesn't have the cutout. Okay, so of course, when you have the cutout, technically is to what the professional say is to protect sensitive part, right? Especially for men. Oh, so these are the thing lah, right? That you should look out for, right? When you get the saddle. Okay, so next, right? What I'm going to share, there's two way you can find out what is the saddle height that you need for your bike. So let me just share with you one of the method first. One of the method that what we do is we will try to measure the inseam, right? What's the inseam? The inseam is the the height in between your legs, right, all the way to your butt, and then you measure the distance, right? How to get the distance? Let me just show you what you can do. Okay, folks. So for me, right, to measure the inseam, you need a book, right, and a tape. Okay, because I saw videos how you use pencil lah, right? This is a public place. Oh, you can alternatively use a tape. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you gotta stand straight, or your legs against the wall, and what you gotta use this book, right, is just to put here across, right, and then you can move it out. Make sure the book don't move, right? You get the height here, stick it. So this is the height. So what you're gonna do is you take your measuring tape from here. Okay, you measure. Okay, so mine is 84. Okay, so if my measurement just now is 84 cm, what you're gonna do to calculate the inseam, right? You need times 0.883. This will give you 74. So that will be the inseam measurement for yourself. Okay, folks. So after you get your inseam measurement, how to measure the 74? So you just need to make sure from the center of the crank, right? You pull your measurement up to the seat. Okay, 74. So this should be the correct saddle height or the seat pole height that you need to set. Okay. Okay, so if you have measured inseam with the 74 cm measurement, right, as you can see, the next thing, the alternative method, if you don't be so troublesome to calculate this and that, very easy. Just put your pedal, the right drivetrain side or the right side pedal, uh, 6 p.m. and you use this part of the leg. Just put on the pedal and make sure when you sit on it, on the saddle, your leg is straight. Okay, it's straight. Okay, so how do you know it's correct? This is correct because when you cycle, right, most of the time you use this part of the leg, right, and then you do it again. You can see that it's slightly bent. It's slightly bent. It shouldn't be totally straight. It's slightly bent. So important thing is this part. When it's 6 o'clock, your leg need to be straight. And then when you move to the ball of your foot to pedal, this is bent a little bit. Okay? What happens is when you sit on the saddle, you realize you cannot reach. So this manner, right, the saddle height is too high or too tall for you. You need to make adjustment. You need to make adjustment downwards. Okay? The height that's too low. So what you can see is when it's 6 o'clock, the leg is already bent. So if you were to cycle, it bend more. So what happens is this: when you cycle this way, right? You see, the angle here is smaller or tighter, and then because of this, right? When you want to pedal, you need to use a lot of your knee uh, area, push. Okay, so after a while, you realize this part of the leg is sore, or sometimes it's a knee pain because the knee have overworked the angle, right? So that's where your knee will have issue, right? If it's too tall, in between your legs, you'll find it sore as well. Okay, so the stand height is very important. You need to make sure you get the right height for yourself. Next thing is, why I bring up my old SMP saddle, just to share with you, because in our group, especially, a lot of them are using the SMP saddle, the TRK series. Okay, so some folk ask me, is this a correct position, or is this a correct position, or this is a correct position, right? This is definitely not the correct position, but a lot of them, right, what they do is they set it this way. One thing, when a bike is parked, it look very fierce, right? But here's the problem. Those people who set the saddle this way, as you can see, your rear part is pushing up, okay? So especially when you sit, right, after 20 km or 30 km, when you ride, your palm, you'll start to feel numb, or you feel numb or pain, right? Then you start to doubt whether is it the handlebar or etc etc, right? So importantly, maybe especially for men, for myself, okay, when you set the saddle, right? Because for SMP, this is probably the part that you are most likely to sit on most of the time, okay, most of the time. So you need to make sure that this arm over here is parallel to the ground, okay. So if we were to remove this arc here, we try to put a line, this thing should be parallel to the ground. So folks that use the TRK, okay, what you're going to do is, actually, if you have an iPhone, in the iPhone app, there is this thing called measure. When you press it, right, you will see this, and then you can press the other thing called lever. Lever is the ruler that you can use to measure level. So as I mentioned, right, over here, you need to ignore this arc, this 2 point. You assume it's a straight line. So this thing need to be level to the ground. So what you can do is, you're going to put it like that. Yeah, you see, this is level to the ground. Because most of the time, we will probably start to sit around this area. Okay, this area. So earlier on, when I said there are some folks, when they put their saddle in this manner, right, what happened is, if I were to put this thing over here, as you can see, this is minus 12, okay, minus 12. This will give you issue, right? Okay, folks, as I share, I just want to share with you, right, some of the folks out there, they are putting their saddle like that, and what is the potential issue that I always see. Because every time I saw someone saddle like that, I will always ask a question. I say, bro, see, it's after you ride, right, have you feel your hand is numb or clamp? Yeah. How do you know? I said, it's probably due to the saddle. I said, if you trust me, you make some adjustment, then you try again. And most of the time, when they, after the ride, they make some adjustment and they ride it in, they say, Alan, you know what? My hand no more numb already. Okay? So I tell you why. Now, as mentioned, you see, when the saddle is this position, right, I can't even sit still though. Okay, because the saddle is pushing me down. So right now, if I start to pedal, technically, what happened is, in order for me to balance up like that, I use a lot of extra leg muscle just to push on the pedal to make sure I'm balanced. Okay, so you see, while I'm slipping down, I need to push up again. Two, when I put my hand on the grip, Next thing you realize is my head right now is right below the handlebar, and my hand is straight, and because of saddle position, it pushed me forward. When it pushed me forward, it also means that I have more pressure on my palm on the handle. So when you cycle, right, if the road is rough, not as smooth, then you will start to realize that your hand will vibrate. The next moment, vibrate long enough, you feel the numb. And then when your saddle position is like that, right, there's no way you can chill legs, no? There's no way. When you want to chill, you'll slip down and you force yourself to make adjustment again and again. And you use extra power just to balance yourself. So some folks will tell me, when the saddle is like that, it's easier to aero. It's kind of true, but in a way, my question is, how long can you hold on to this position? 5 click, 10 click at a high speed? Also very challenging. Okay, so that is where you have probably back pain, shoulder pain, calf, or your calf got cramp faster. Okay, so this is really not advisable, right? Okay, now, so when the saddle is set right, so-called this thing is parallel to the ground. What is the main difference? The main difference is, right now when I sit on it, you see, you can almost feel that the saddle is holding the whole buttock, the body weight. Even when I pedal, there's no pressure on my thigh. Okay, so the next test you can do is, you see, I try to bend down, I can do this. It's not slipping, it's holding me, right? That's important. And then now, when I put my hand on the handlebar, you see, my head is not right below the handlebar, and it's easy for me. And you can immediately feel that when your hand is on handlebar, there isn't pressure pressing you down on the grip. So in a way, you can relax, right? Even you don't wear a glove, it's fine. And if you want to go faster or aero, it's very easy. Just bend your elbow, right? And you can go very fast. Cool. No pressure. That's the key. So I just want to share, when your saddle height is correct, right? When you cycle, right? Technically, your pelvis, your body should not whip. It's just your leg going up and down. Okay, you should see you have a stable upper body, and all you need is to spin your leg, right? No matter what. Even you are going fast, you don't see your upper body whipping. All right. Okay, so what happens when your saddle height is too high or too tall? Right? When you cycle, you see your pelvis, right? Trying to, there's movement, right? And then in between your legs, after a while, you'll find it very sore because there's movement left and right. Okay, and I'm trying to reach the bottom of the pedal when it's 6 o'clock on each side. Now, so what happens if the saddle is too short? No issue, you feel very chill, right? But the thing is, you will not generate power properly, right? And then in long run, as I mentioned, your knee will feel it. And if you speed up, you'll realize that you need a lot of power, especially on your knee area, right? And then you are not maximizing uh, your leg. As you can see, if I go quite fast, my body is also whipping. Okay, so just want to do a quick wrap up because as you can see, it starts to rain, but doesn't matter. I'm in the shelter. So hopefully today's episode have benefit you in many ways. Number one, how you can measure your sit up bone, so you can get the right saddle for yourself. Okay, two, saddle position. Saddle position is very important because you affect your ride, and if the position is right, you're going to support your body. So all you need to do is to do spin on your leg. Okay, third, saddle height is also very important because you know without a wrong saddle height, you'll give you a lot of pain. Okay, and how you can calculate the correct saddle height? There is two ways. One is you measure inseam. Two, you use the traditional way, you know, to measure, which is quite easy. So I hope today's episode will benefit you in a few ways. And if you think, right, whatever content today I've shared is beneficial, even to friends around you or other riders, please do share with them, okay? Because these are very important. So, and if they like, they can subscribe to this channel, and probably there are more content they're going to value add them in their cycling journey as well. Okay, so it's raining now. So to the next episode, is bye for now.